Welcome back to episode 3 of Fairview Live. We are so super excited to be live with Brandon Rogers with Shelter Insurance. And just to let him tell his story, Brandon is awesome and he's got a lot of great information to share with you today. So go ahead and take it away and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so I'm new to the Fairview area. I've known the area pretty well through like church and having a lot of members that are from here, going to a lot of sporting events to support the youth. And, it's really a passion of mine to be able to help families and to help youth kind of grow up and become solid members of the community. And when I was offered this spot here, I loved it and kind of was like, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be. I was offered a few different locations from a few different insurance companies before. But I really, when I was offered this from Shelter in Fairview, I was like, yeah, this is exactly where I belong. This is perfect. I have a passion to help people and to be there for people. And insurance just made sense. How else can you show how much you love people rather than being there for them when disaster strikes? And to me, that was perfect. So I love what I do, and I love being able to just talk to people and meet people and help people.
Awesome. Are you from this area? Like, where were you born and raised? And tell us, I know we've gotten to know each other a little bit because we're both here in the Toddy Real Estate building together, so we're kind of roommates. Mm-hmm. But we haven't got to know each other too much past you saying that you did all kinds of sports and semi-professional, professional. But tell us a little bit about where you started. Where were you born? Where did you come from?
I was born in West Tennessee, in Huntington, Tennessee, actually. I was one of the first babies ever born in that hospital, actually.
No way.
Random fact about me, yeah. I graduated from Milan High School. Go Dogs, go Bulldogs. Shout out to my Purple Pride. And graduated from there. Went to Union University for a little while.
Okay.
And I moved to Nashville, actually. The transition there, I was working at a remodel company. We did granite countertops and kitchen countertops and things. And I was working there in West Tennessee, and he moved the office to Nashville. And didn't work out where he was like, hey, I'm going to move everything back to West Tennessee. And I fell in love with Nashville. I fell in love with Middle Tennessee. So I was like, you can go, I'm staying.
Nice.
And I worked in logistics for a little while. And, it was a young person's game. And I needed something that I could, help, got married, started having kids. I needed something that was more of a family man's type of industry. And my mom has actually been in insurance for like 30 years.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
and
that.
So, having her influence and kind of knowing the lingo already, hanging out in her office after football practice and when, during the summer, insurance just made sense. And so I worked for State Farm for a little while.
Okay.
Cool story about that, actually. And I actually want to give a shout out to Matt Cole State Farm in Franklin, Tennessee. That's where I started out.
Okay.
And they actually coaxed me into coming into insurance when me and my wife were going through the buying process for our first home. They quoted our home. I saw the love that they offered. I saw how personable they were. And that just really was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. And so I don't advise this, but right after we signed on our home, I started working for his office the next day. I changed jobs.
Wow.
So I don't advise that if you're about to buy a home.
Yeah, do not do that.
But it was a move that I had to make. I knew
you were making more money immediately anyway,
well,
right?
Well, it was something that I had to do. It was something that I felt more passionate about where my heart was. And so, when I saw how they handled everything, Sean Bishop, I'll give him another shout out. He was the guy that worked in the office and quoted all my stuff and walked me through it. And I was like, this is where I need to be. And we signed our papers, got the insurance going, and I met with Matt the next day for lunch, and he gave me an offer the next day. Wow. And so I quit my job and started playing golf and studying the insurance exam and passed my exams and started working for him a month later. And that was my journey into insurance. And then a couple years later, Shelter came and said, hey, we think you'd be a good fit. And I was like, I think you guys are a good fit for me. And
that's awesome.
And I'm here. Took the office over last summer.
Okay.
And it's been fantastic. I love it. I love all the people that I've met, all of the other businesses. I work well with the other insurance offices in the area. I'm big on partnering together with other businesses. Everybody wants to see their business grow, and one of the main ways to do that is to link up and to get other people in your corner and to help them out. You help them out. Like, you can't run a business by yourself. It takes a village
Yeah.
to run a business.
That's right.
And so, the more people you can have in your corner, then the stronger your business is going to be.
Tell us what products you offer, products and services that you offer.
Yeah, so we offer life insurance, which we actually have a promo for life insurance going on right now. And so for some reason, at the beginning of the year, everybody wants life insurance. I don't know if it's like a New Year's resolution or, open enrollment just ended at the end of the year, so everybody's thinking about life insurance. But everybody's thinking about life insurance at the beginning of the year, so most insurance companies have some sort of promo where they try to set appointments and review life insurance at the beginning of the year. So that's big right now. We're doing that, trying to make sure that we just kind of review everybody's life insurance policies and make sure they're covered. And then, the normal home, auto, commercial. We're really good at commercial. We don't do a lot of health insurance, but if you need health insurance, I can refer you to some great people here in this building, actually. We can help your major insurances that you look at, that people just kind of set and forget about. It's important to have those reviewed. Like I personally don't say like, hey, let me quote your stuff. I don't like the word quote.
Right.
I want to review your stuff because something that I tell people all the time is like, I don't care what insurance company you have. If you sit down with me, you're going to know, you're going to be a little more educated about insurance, and you're going to know if we fit you better or if the company you're at fits you better. You need to stay there and just make some changes. There's enough customers out there for everybody.
That's
we shouldn't
so true.
fight over customers. We should make sure that the customer is set up properly and make sure that their families are taken care of. To me, that's the most important thing. So I try not to use the word quote. Like I don't like how people are treated as like a transaction these days. I like to make sure that they feel the love and they feel secure when they walk out of my door.
So it's like an annual, it's like going to the doctor once a year, getting your checkup, getting your review. Then everyone needs to get an insurance review, not only on your home and auto, but also at least look at, different life insurance options. Because I don't know about you, but I've definitely gone years without reviewing my insurance just to make sure that I'm still in the right product, because life changes, things change. And so, if you're not keeping up with that, then there might be something better for you out there.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about how inflation impacts like the cost of how much your home is. Well, if your coverage for your home is $300,000 and that's what you purchased it for, that's great. But if you haven't checked that in 5 years, if the value of your home has went up and the cost of lumber and shingles and everything has went up as well, the cost to replace your home is probably not $300,000 anymore. And so you're underinsured. And, does your rate go up when you do that sometimes? Yeah, but, you may pay, $100, $200 more a year, but when that claim comes around and that disaster strikes and you're $60,000 short on having your home rebuilt,
That's so true.
that $200 is probably worth it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And normally I think, none of us want to get that dreaded your escrow account is short, letter that we get in the mail that's telling us that either property taxes have gone up because the home value has gone up, or because your home insurance, whenever the mortgage company goes to get your premium, it's gone up. But that's the perfect time actually to give your agent a call or to check out someone new and make sure that what you're in is what is good enough coverage, and you're gonna have everything that you need.
Yeah, most insurance companies send you your renewals 30 days before your policy renews. So like most people just throw those away.
Yeah.
But insurance companies are guilty about sending too much mail. Like they love their mail. I get it. Most people just throw it away.
Right.
But it is important to at least open it and check it. And when you get that renewal, call your agent, whoever it is, and review your policy.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have enough coverage. I can't tell you how many times in the few years I've been in insurance, how many times I've seen where claims come around and their limits are not where they need it to be, and that's your limit. There's nothing you can do at that point. And I'll go back to this. That's why life insurance is so important as well. People talk about, I don't need life insurance. I'm good right now. Yeah, you're good right now, but when you think that you need it, it's too late.
Right.
So you have to get it now, because it's going to be more expensive later, or God forbid, you may get sick and you can't get it at all. And the insurance agent that tried to call you and say, hey, this is going to benefit you, you need to get this, $250,000 policy for $25 a month, and you were like, nah, I don't need it right now.
Right.
Like it is so important. Like, if I were to even rank them, I would say life insurance is probably the most important policy that you can have.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
I caught you off guard.
I was just going to say, I really do agree with that, especially many of us are parents. And when you consider just what that would look like for your family in the event that you were, gone, just having that protection for your kids, for the other spouse, whoever has to care for your kids, it's just so important.
Yeah, I mean, because you think like people get insurance on all of these things that are replaceable. Your home, your car. People get insurance on like computers and electronics. But the one thing that's not replaceable is your life, and people don't get that insured.
Right.
Like, and insurance agents, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that life insurance can replace your life. Like, we can't do that. We don't have that kind of power. But what we can do with that policy is help your family get through that. Right. I mean,
so if someone was wanting to like learn about the difference, because I know that there's like two main differences between the life insurance. You've got the term life insurance, then you've got like cash value life insurance, right?
And there's a few different options too. I mean, we have like junior specials for at Shelter. We have easy terms. We have like 10-year terms, 20-year terms, 30-year terms. And then we also have the universal life policies and then whole life policies that are permanent policies that are good for until a certain age. Yeah. And so like get with your agent, whoever it is. If you're insured at State Farm, Farm Bureau, wherever it is, just review that. Get them to do a review. Go through the debt that you have, because that's what life insurance. That's what it's supposed to do, right? Yeah. It's supposed to help you pay off your debt. It's supposed to help you, with a burial policy. There's going to be some sort of financial burden put on the people that are left behind, whether it is debt or whether it is a burial. There's going to be some sort of financial burden on that. Yeah. And so, like, do your best to make sure that's not going to be on them. I talk to a lot of dads, even, being a father myself, I'm trying to build a legacy for my kids. Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm probably not going to be a millionaire by the time I die. Right. So one of the ways that I can leave something for my kids is a life insurance policy. That's true. So like that, when I talk to fathers about having kids and you wanting to leave something for them, you can work your butt off and try to become a millionaire, and the chances of that happening, I mean, it's America. You're supposed to be able to do that, right? I'm not gonna disclaim that at all. Right. I'm not gonna say you can't, but like, if you get it at a young age, $1 million policy is very affordable.
That's awesome. Well, since we're talking about depressing things like not being here for a long time and not being millionaires, so obviously the insurance industry is one of those industries that have kind of like gotten a bad rap lately, and it's been painful because of the adjustments, because they've had a lot of we've had so many wildfires and the things that happen in North Carolina, and all of that, of course, affects the bottom line of the insurance company. And so they have to adjust a lot of their, bottom line numbers for us as policyholders. What is a Shelter doing, or how have you seen that impact your business? Do you feel like that Shelter does a great job of keeping that burden from, your customers, or how have you dealt with, an increasingly negative outlook on insurance companies? Yes. You're like the new lawyers.
So one of the ways that, like hurricanes and wildfires on the coast, one of the ways that Shelter is able to avoid those claims hitting their book and their business is, so Shelter is actually not in any of the coastal states. So the claims and things are not impacted as harshly by those. A lot of our business is in like the Midwest. Shelter is based out of Columbia, Missouri.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like a lot of like tornadoes and things come through that impact rates and things and impact their bottom line. But to me, that's the biggest way that they are able to avoid that. And you even look at other insurance companies, and they're pulling out of coastal states because of those large natural disasters that are affecting that. And I mean, that's ultimately why it may seem unfair, and it's hard for me to say it's not. I mean, it's some
high
of those
risk
people
areas,
put in rough positions, But I mean, to me, that's how Shelter has been able to protect themselves from that. haven't heard those words exactly from above.
Yeah.
That's me looking in. So,
Yeah.
don't go to like the shelter VP and be like, did you guys do this on purpose?
I heard Brandon said, my goodness, my stomach is like talking to me over here.
It's lunchtime.
I know, it is lunchtime. Well, speaking of, is there anything else that you want to tell our viewers or let them know where you're at? Or you've kind of already talked a little bit about your focus right now is, of course, life insurance, but anything else you want to let them know before we let you get to lunch?
Yeah, I mean, come see me. I would love to talk to you. Like I said earlier, I like to use the word review. There will never be any kind of pressure to, be one of my customers or anything like that. Like I haven't seen your face yet, but I genuinely care about you and your family. I want to treat you like you are my family, and I want you to be covered just like I have my family covered, and I want to make sure that you're in a good position. So I can promise you that if you come see me, that we can make sure and do that review and make sure that you have the best coverage that you need and make sure that there's no gaps and there's no issues with what you have going on with your policies. So come see me. Everybody knows where the antique building is in Fairview. I'm right beside it. You can't miss me. Come see me. I would love to see you in my office.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for being our special guest today, Brandon. And
Thank you for having me.
Very helpful and getting to know more about you and the insurance business as a whole. And if you're watching, definitely come see Brandon, learn more about your life insurance options as well as other insurance products as well. And definitely join us next Thursday as well. We will be live with another special guest, and we're just so excited to continue to bring you guys these videos. So please share them with somebody that you think would be a great guest. Tag them and send them our way so that we can also get them on the schedule. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Bye, guys.
Bye.